All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning. I am Sarabjit Kaur and with me is Subhadra Ramachandran. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to interact with Gram Panchayats and Pani Samitis on Jal Jeevan Mission at 11 this morning. To also launch Jal Jeevan Mission app and Rashtriya Jal Jeevan Kosh. Prime Minister invites global investors to invest in India and be part of the country's growth story. Nation pays homage to Father of the Nation Mahatma Gandhi and former Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri on their birth anniversary today. Bihar government to vaccinate 35 lakh people on the occasion of Gandhi Jayanti. Centre to start procurement of paddy under minimum support price scheme in Punjab and Haryana from 11th of this month. Uttar Pradesh government recommends CBI inquiry into suspicious death of Kanpur businessmen in Gurakpur hotel. Home Minister Amit Shah to flag off 7,500 kilometers car rally by National Security Guards today as part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. And in IPL cricket, Punjab Kings beat Kolkata Knight Riders by 5 wickets in Dubai. As the nationwide free COVID-19 vaccination campaign at government facilities for those above 18 years is underway, we advise our young listeners to get vaccinated and also help others get vaccinated. We also advise our listeners not to lower their guard as COVID-19 remains a threat to our health. Please stay at home unless it is essential to go out and continue to follow these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene. For any COVID-related information and guidance, contact national helpline numbers 011-2397-8046 and 1075. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will interact with Gram Panchayats and Pani Samitis or Village Water and Sanitation Committees VWSC on Jal Jeevan Mission at 11 a.m. today via video conferencing. The Prime Minister will launch the Jal Jeevan Mission app for improving awareness among stakeholders and for greater transparency and accountability of schemes under the mission. Mr. Modi will also launch Rashtriya Jal Jeevan Kosh, where any individual, institution, corporate or philanthropist, be it in India or abroad, can contribute to help provide tap water connection in every rural household, school, Anganwadi center, ashram shala and other public institutions. Nationwide Gram Sabhas on Jal Jeevan Mission will also take place during the day. The Gram Sabhas will discuss planning and management of village water supply systems and also work towards long-term water security. Pani Samitis play a key role in planning, implementation, management, operation and maintenance of village water supply systems, thereby providing clean tap water to every household on a regular and long-term basis. Out of over 6 lakh villages, Pani Samitis or VWSCs have been constituted in around 3.5 lakh villages. More than 7.1 lakh women have been trained to test the quality of water by using field test kits. On the 15th of August 2019, Prime Minister had announced the Jal Jeevan Mission to provide clean tap water to every household. At the time of launch of the mission, only 3.23 crore or 17% rural households had tap water supply. Despite COVID-19 pandemic in the last 2 years, more than 5 crore households have been provided with tap water connections. As on date, about 8.26 crore, 43% rural households have tap water supply in their homes. To realize the Prime Minister's vision of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas, Sabka Prayas and following bottom-up approach, Jal Jeevan Mission is implemented in partnership with states with a budget of 3.6 lakh crore rupees. Further, an amount of 1.42 lakh crore rupees has been allocated to panchayats as a tied grant under the 15th Finance Commission for Water and Sanitation in villages for the period 2021-22 to 2025-26.
Odisha Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik has said that the state has targeted to achieve cent-person house connections for drinking water in all cities by December next year. Speaking at the launch of Swachh Bharat Mission 2.0 and Amrit 2.0 by Prime Minister Narendra Modi yesterday, Mr. Patnaik said that Odisha has substantially benefited from Amrit Mission launched by the Union Government in 2015. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has invited global investors to invest in India and be a part of India's growth story. Sharing his remarks at the launch of India Pavilion at Dubai Expo 2020 through video conferencing, Mr. Modi said, India is a land of opportunities. He said over the last 7 years, the government of India has undertaken several reforms to boost economic growth and it will keep doing more to continue this trend. Prime Minister said the main theme of Expo is Connecting Minds, Creating the Future. Mr. Modi said the spirit of this theme is also seen in India's efforts as we move ahead to create a new India. He said this Expo is also a testimony to the resilience of mankind against the once-in-a-century pandemic. Referring to the theme of India's Pavilion Openness, Opportunity and Growth, the Prime Minister said,
Today, India is one of the most open countries in the world. Open to learning, open to perspectives, open to innovation, open to investment. That is why I invite you to come and invest in our nation. Today, India is a land of opportunities. Be it in the field of arts or commerce, industry or academia, there is opportunity to discover, opportunity to partner, opportunity to progress. Come to India and explore these opportunities. India also offers you maximum growth. Growth in scale, growth in ambition, growth in result.
Talking about the vibrancy and diversity of India, Mr. Modi said that India is a powerhouse of talent and remarked that India is making many advances in the world of technology, research and innovation. He said India's economic growth is powered by a combination of legacy industries and startups. India's pavilion will showcase the best of India across these multiple areas.
Welcome to the Indian Pavilion at Expo 2020 Dubai. This is a historic expo. It is the first one to be held in the Middle East, Africa and South Asia region. India is participating with one of the largest pavilions in this expo. I'm sure the expo will go a long way in further building our deep and historical relations with the UAE and with Dubai.
Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal has said a resurgent India is ready to take on the responsibility of being the front runner in the revival process at a time when the whole world is coming together to recover from the pandemic. The minister was inaugurating the India Pavilion at Expo 2020 Dubai, which will showcase India's vibrant culture along with the diverse partnership opportunities. He said the reforms in the last 7 years by the government are set to boost the country's manufacturing and exports potential and make India a global economic hub. He added that the lessons learnt from the pandemic have also emboldened India's confidence of surpassing any challenge in the future with the help of scientific and entrepreneurial research and development capabilities. India-UAE trade was valued close to $60 billion in 2019-20, with UAE being India's third largest trading partner and second largest export destination after the US. UAE is also the 8th largest investor in India, having invested $11 billion between April 2000 and March 2021. The government has decided that the procurement of paddy under minimum support price operation will commence from the 11th of this month in Punjab and Haryana. The Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution Ministry has advised all agencies to gear up to help farmers. The ministry said because of the untimely rains, maturity of paddy grains is delayed. The state governments of Punjab and Haryana have also been requested to advise their agencies to dry the paddy already arrived and further produce may be brought to the mandi after proper drying.
The centre has doubled the incentive on sugar sacrificed for producing ethanol from October this year. The decision has been taken with a view to encourage sugar mills to divert excess sugarcane and sugar to ethanol and to achieve targets of blending ethanol with petrol in line with ethanol blended with petrol program. The Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution Ministry said the sugar mills that will be diverting sugar to ethanol will get the entire quantity of sugar sacrificed on producing ethanol in their monthly release quota. Minister for Chemicals and Fertilizers, Mansukh Mandavia, has said that India has become the first country in the world to start commercial production of nano-urea. Cooperative major IFCO, which introduced nano-urea in the country, conducted successful field trial of drone spraying of nano-urea. The trial was conducted in Bhavnagar in the presence of Mr. Mandavia yesterday. He said the use of liquid nano-urea will result in economic savings to the farmers, increase productivity and reduce India's dependence on urea imports. He added that the use of nano-urea is also increasing in the country and more than 1 lakh bottles of nano-urea are being produced every day. The minister further said drones will be able to spray more land in less time. This will save the time of the farmers and the cost of spraying will be less.
India's COVID vaccination coverage has crossed 89 crore 67 lakh mark. The Health Ministry said over 65 crore vaccine doses have been administered as the first dose and more than 24 crore vaccine doses given as the second dose. More than 62 lakh vaccine doses were administered till 7 p.m. yesterday. The new phase of universalization of COVID-19 vaccination commenced from the 21st of June this year. The Health Ministry said the recovery rate is currently at 97.86%. Over 28,000 people have recovered in the last 24 hours. The daily positivity rate is at 1.76%, which is less than 3% for the last 32 days. The Bihar government will vaccinate 35 lakh people against corona on the occasion of Gandhi Jayanti today. Health Minister Mangal Pandey said 15,000 vaccination centres have been set up for the purpose. He said more than 5 crore 44 lakh 42,000 doses have already been administered in the state, while 1 crore 8 lakh 57,857 people have taken both the doses. 4 crore 35 lakh 84,260 people have taken the single dose.
You are listening to the morning news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to interact with Gram Panchayats and Pani Samitis on Jal Jeevan Mission at 11 this morning, to also launch Jal Jeevan Mission app and Rashtriya Jal Jeevan Kosh. Prime Minister invites global investors to invest in India and be part of the country's growth story. Nation pays homage to Father of the Nation Mahatma Gandhi and former Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri on their birth anniversary today. Bihar government to vaccinate 35 lakh people on the occasion of Gandhi Jayanti. Centre to start procurement of paddy under minimum support price scheme in Punjab and Haryana from 11th of this month. Uttar Pradesh government recommends CBI inquiry into suspicious death of Kanpur businessmen in Gurakpur hotel. Home Minister Amit Shah to flag off 7,500 kilometers car rally by National Security Guards today as part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. And in IPL cricket, Punjab Kings beat Kolkata Knight Riders by 5 wickets in Dubai. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle @AIR News Alerts.
The nation pays homage to the Father of the Nation Mahatma Gandhi on his 152nd birth anniversary today. A series of functions have been organized across the country and by Indian missions abroad. A Sarv Dharm Prarthana Sabha was organized at his Samadhi, Rajghat, in the national capital. President Ramnath Kovind, Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Thakur have greeted the nation on the occasion of Gandhi Jayanti. President Ramnath Kovind and Prime Minister Narendra Modi paid floral tributes to Mahatma Gandhi at Rajghat this morning. Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla, Congress President Sonia Gandhi, Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal were among those who offered floral tributes. Mahatma Gandhi's birth anniversary is also observed as the International Day of Non-Violence. The nation is also remembering former Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri on his 117th birth anniversary today. President and Prime Minister also visited Vijay Ghat, the memorial of Lal Bahadur Shastri in the national capital, to pay floral tributes. Housing and Urban Affairs Ministry has written to all mayors and chairpersons of urban local bodies across the country to honour each and every sanitation worker in their city and town on Gandhi Jayanti today. Housing and Urban Affairs Minister Hardeep Singh Puri will felicitate Safai Mitras and frontline workers in New Delhi today. Mr. Puri said Safai Mitras and frontline workers have been working tirelessly to keep our neighbourhoods clean, especially during the COVID times. Calling upon all citizens to join in paying tributes to our Swachhta warriors, the minister said this will be a small mark of appreciation by a grateful nation, thanking those who keep our cities clean, healthy and beautiful.
As our nation celebrates its 75th year of independence, a series of events is being organized by the government as a part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Let's listen to our special program Azadi Ka Safar, highlighting the importance of the day during the freedom struggle.
आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव।
Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. India's glorious fight for freedom is one of the greatest struggles the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News brings you a glimpse of the valiant struggle every day.
Mahatma Gandhi, an apostle of non-violence and preacher of truth, was born on 2nd of October 1869 in Gujarat. Gandhiji studied law at the University of Bombay for 1 year, then at the University College London, and was admitted to the Bar of England. He returned to Bombay and practiced law there for a year, then went to South Africa to work for an Indian firm in Natal. In 1906, Gandhiji for the first time organized a non-violent resistance against the Transvaal government's Registration Act. He was jailed on many occasions along with thousands of his supporters.
Back in India, Gandhi became active in the struggle for Indian independence. In 1918, Gandhiji opposed the increasing tax levied by the British during the devastating famine. He was arrested in Champaran in Bihar for organizing civil resistance.
He urged Indians to replace British goods with their own fabrics and goods.
On New Year's Eve, December the 31st, 1929, the Indian National Congress unfurled its flag of independence.
From March 12th to April 6th, 1930, Gandhiji made the famous Salt March to Dandi. The successful campaign led to the reaction of the British government and imprisonment of over 60,000 people for making or selling salt without a tax.
The British opened fire on the unarmed crowd and shot hundreds of demonstrators. Eventually, the British government, represented by Lord Irwin, signed the Gandhi-Irwin Pact in March 1931, agreeing to free all political prisoners.
Gandhiji campaigned to improve the lives of the so-called untouchables. His Quit India campaign led to mass arrests on an unprecedented scale of struggle. He was arrested in Bombay and was held for 2 years.
During his captivity, his wife, Kasturba, passed away, and his secretary Mahadev Desai also died.
India won independence in 1947, followed by partition of India. Gandhiji was pained by the clashes that happened after partition. On 30th of January 1948, Gandhiji was assassinated while on his way to a prayer meeting.
The ashes of Mahatma Gandhi were split in portions and sent to all states of India to be scattered in rivers.
Today marks the birth anniversary of another sterling personality of India, Lal Bahadur Shastri. Shastri was born on 2nd of October 1904 in Mughal Sarai. He had his education in Uttar Pradesh. Inspired by the Mahatma's call for students to withdraw from government schools and join the non-cooperation movement, Shastri withdrew from school the next day, actively participating in picketing and anti-government demonstrations.
He was soon arrested and jailed, but was then let off as he was still a minor. Among the first students of the new institution, Kashi Vidyapeeth, a nationalist institution, Shastri graduated with a first-class degree in philosophy and ethics in 1925. He was given the title Shastri, meaning scholar.
He was imprisoned several times during the freedom struggle.
Following India's independence, Shastri Ji became the Minister of Police and Transport in Uttar Pradesh. As the Transport Minister, he was the first to appoint women conductors.
Later, Shastri Ji was made Union Railways Minister in the first cabinet of Republic India in 1952. He also served as the Minister of Commerce and Home Minister.
After the demise of Jawaharlal Nehru, Lal Bahadur Shastri became the second Prime Minister of India. He promoted the White Revolution, a national campaign to increase the production and supply of milk. Underlining the need to boost India's food production, Shastri also promoted the Green Revolution in India in 1965.
Shastri Ji charged the entire nation with the same enthusiasm during the 1965 India-Pakistan War, just the way Gandhi had done during the national movement before independence.
While Gandhi's slogan was "Do or Die," Shastri proclaimed "Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan." Their philosophy was rooted in spirituality. They practiced what they preached.
That brings us to the end of this episode of Azadi Ka Safar, AIR News ke Sang. See you in the next episode tomorrow. In the program Spotlight, we are broadcasting a special series, Seva aur Samarpan, 20 Saal Sushasan Ke. Today the theme is Reimagining Disaster Management. It showcases Prime Minister Narendra Modi's sustained and concerted efforts to mitigate the effects of disasters. This special program can be heard tonight on FM Gold channel and additional frequencies from 9:15 p.m. onwards. This program will also be available on our website newsonair.gov.in and on our YouTube channel News on AIR Official. And raising awareness about coronavirus in Corona Jagrukta series, Jagrukta series at 9:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. A senior doctor from renowned hospital will be with us to answer the queries of listeners. So keep listening to All India Radio News for the latest developments. The Uttar Pradesh government has recommended a CBI inquiry into the mysterious death of a businessman in Gurakpur hotel. The state government said until the CBI takes over the death case of businessman Manish Gupta, the SIT formed by Uttar Pradesh police will proceed with the investigation. Manish Gupta was Kanpur-based businessman who died on Monday after a police raid in a Gurakpur hotel in which he got injured and later succumbed to his injuries. Home Minister Amit Shah will flag off All India Car Rally of the National Security Guard Sudarshan Bharat Parikrama from the historic Red Fort in Delhi today under the ongoing Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav.
The government is celebrating the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav to revive and instill the spirit and sacrifices of the unsung martyrs and freedom fighters in today's youth. During its 7,500 kilometers long journey, the National Security Guard NSG's car rally will pass through important and historical places associated with freedom movement and freedom fighters of the country. The rally will end on the 30th of this month at the Police Memorial in New Delhi. NSG's car rally will pass through 18 cities in 12 states of the nation. Mr. Shah will also flag in the cycle rallies of the Central Armed Police Forces, which started from different parts of the country, such as Dandi, the Northeast and Leh to Kanyakumari, concluding in New Delhi today.
In IPL cricket, Punjab Kings beat Kolkata Knight Riders by 5 wickets in Dubai last night. Chasing a target of 166 runs, PBKS reached 168 for 5 in 19.3 overs, with captain KL Rahul smashing 67 off 55 balls. He was declared player of the match. Mayank Agarwal and Shah Rukh Khan also made noteworthy contributions. Today, Mumbai Indians will take on Delhi Capitals in Sharjah at 3:30 p.m. In another match at 7:30 p.m., Rajasthan Royals will face Chennai Super Kings in Abu Dhabi.
And now let us take a look at the weather forecast for today. The national capital Delhi, Mumbai and Chennai are likely to have generally cloudy sky with light rain or drizzle. Kolkata, the city noted a minimum temperature of 27 degrees Celsius, maximum around 34 degrees. Jammu and Srinagar, the minimum temperature in Jammu was 25 degrees, maximum will be around 32. Leh, the temperatures will vary between 8 to 23 degrees Celsius.
And now an overview of today's newspapers. All newspapers today pay rich tributes to Father of the Nation Mahatma Gandhi and former Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri on their birth anniversary. With focus in the second phase on making cities garbage-free and water-safe, PM launches Swachh Bharat Mission 2.0, writes a statesman. Amid the ongoing crisis in Punjab Congress, Rawat Amrinder spar as Congress crisis continues, states the Hindu. With new rules for all UK travellers to India from October 4, UK visitors face 10-day quarantine in tit-for-tat, informs the Pioneer. Demanding a perfect score, 8 DU colleges announce 100% cut-off in 11 subjects is the opening lead in Hindustan Times. And finally, with the counting seeing a javelin surge at the grassroots, academies, stars, equipment sellers all point to javelin rise after Chopra gold, states the Indian Express.
And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to interact with Gram Panchayats and Pani Samitis on Jal Jeevan Mission at 11 this morning, to also launch Jal Jeevan Mission app and Rashtriya Jal Jeevan Kosh. Prime Minister invites global investors to invest in India and be part of the country's growth story. Nation pays homage to Father of the Nation Mahatma Gandhi and former Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri on their birth anniversary today. Bihar government to vaccinate 35 lakh people on the occasion of Gandhi Jayanti. Centre to start procurement of paddy under minimum support price scheme in Punjab and Haryana from 11th of this month. Uttar Pradesh government recommends CBI inquiry into suspicious death of Kanpur businessmen in Gurakpur hotel. Home Minister Amit Shah to flag off 7,500 kilometers car rally by National Security Guards today as part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. And in IPL cricket, Punjab Kings beat Kolkata Knight Riders by 5 wickets in Dubai. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.